I'm Jeff Spencer, and what an amazing experience that we had together in Boston at the Academy event. It was so rewarding for me personally to have you come up and introduce yourself to me and to just see the incredible fertile minds and the brilliance, the exuberance, and the enthusiasms of today's students towards their aspiration for a bigger future and their contributions that they can make was just absolutely overwhelming in its impact. It really restored an immense amount of faith in the future for me with others. And so thanks again so much for that. And also for the parents that took the time to come up and say hello as well. What a group of people that are committed to their sons and their daughters. And when I see that, I just know that bigger futures are possible and that the level of experience for parent and child will be memorable forever as an extraordinary moment in history where people were working together towards the ambitions to become full potential players that created a high impact life and a memorable legacy. And I want to deliver on a promise right now. I said that in my presentation that I would make available to you the ability to download the Goal Achievement Roadmap and also the Human Nature, Human Mindset versus the Champions Mindset chart. And in addition to that, I want to give you a very special bonus called How Not to Blow It Just Before You Win. And that's an important skill, and I've created a third document to download for you because what I want to make sure that you have the ability to do is that when you get opportunities, you convert those into personal successes. So here's how you do it. So right here, you're going to see a button that says Access Now. You'll click on that, and that will open up to a pop-up box. You'll enter your email address, and you'll get information back that shows you how to download those three documents. And in addition, you'll also be getting access to my blogs and also my podcasts. And this is a really good time also to invite you to something that can change your life forever by learning how to follow the 10 steps of the Goal Achievement Roadmap to be able to achieve your goals consistently and predictably. Because I want this experience for you to be just more than a roadmap or a human nature chart. You know, those are tangible things, they carry value, but I want to give you something perhaps even more valuable than that, which is the owner's manual on how to use the Goal Achievement Roadmap to use either step by step to achieve your most important goals, or perhaps even to only just keep achieving breakout after breakout after breakout after breakout to achieve those goals, whether it's in business, whether it's personal, or whether it's also professional. And just imagine having the skill at your age as a student to be able to produce your goals consistently and predictably. I mean, I think about that, and I think about the advantage that you would have over fellow students that are maybe just doing goal setting or maybe goal planning or maybe just stuck in the daily grind of pursuing goals and their grades, etc., writing papers. But when you have a methodology that allows you to consistently and predictably achieve your goals, that does a couple things. Number one, you not only have the home court advantage, and you know that, and when you know that, then you feel a certain confidence in yourself that empowers you to do certain things that you're capable of, but maybe you're a little bit reluctant to. What it also does, it drops our anxiety because we have certainty now about the methodology to go from where we are to where we want to get to. And that conserves energy. It increases our enthusiasm. The more enthusiastic we are, the more clarity of thought we have. We get into flow better. And that's really what I want for you. And I know because I've been in the high performance world for over 40 years as an advisor to some of the most prolific achievers of our era that include Tiger Woods, the rock band U2, Richard Branson, iconic business person, Maria Sharapova, so on and so forth. But the point is here is that I want to share with you and give you the opportunity by engaging in the Goal Achievement Roadmap experience the exact same steps that they follow to be able to create their world-class results. I want that to be your normal, not the occasional exception, but I want that to be a predicted normal for you. So as a student, I want to invite you formally to the Goal Achievement Roadmap experience. And this is where we transform our goal setting, in our goal planning to goal achievement. Goal setting and goal planning are just goal setting and goal planning. Those are things that are hoped for in the future, but the only way that we can actually get there is by executing that which has to go right to achieve our goal. And this is all about goal achievement. And I want you to have that advantage, and I want you to have that advantage so you produce big regularly, but you do that stress-free. And I emphasize stress-free, low anxiety. And as a parent, one of the best things that you can do is to collaborate with your son or your daughter to be able to learn the methodology to apply this, and it actually may help you as well achieve your goals, whether they're professional or whether they're personal. And I certainly understand as a parent that you want the best for your child, as I do. I'm the father of a 19-year-old, and you probably heard my story that we adopted our daughter from Colombia. No school, didn't speak English, we didn't speak Spanish, we communicated through sign language, but her mother and I were dedicated to our child becoming a full potential player for her sake, not ours. And we knew that we needed a methodology to follow to be able to help contain our energy expenditure, but also to maintain our coherence as a family and as a team, both with each other as parents, but also as parents with our daughter at that time. And one thing I did faithfully with my daughter, she didn't even speak English then, but I was explaining it in English because that was my only language. I shared with her the Goal Achievement Roadmap. I talked with her every day about it because I wanted to get that memory imprint of words that she didn't understand, but she could certainly retrieve as she gained more and more understanding about that. That was pivotal to me to be a self-manifester in life. This was a skill set that was really mandatory for her because goal achievement, in my opinion, is the fundamental life skill. If we can't achieve our goals, then we can't make our dreams come real. And the last thing that I would say to my daughter every day when she left for school, and I said this with a smile, I said, kid, I called her kid or Chiquita. I said, don't be average. And I said that with a smile because I wanted her to get used to the idea that it's possible to become the best version of yourself if we have the right methodology to be able to do that. And that's what that was all about. And I've kind of always felt, and you perhaps agree as a parent with this, is that sometimes just providing a financial incentive or providing money for discretionary spending for the child, that may not be met with the best, wisest decisions on how that's used. And sometimes a better gift is to use that and to invest in their bigger future by giving them an opportunity in something that they will use for a lifetime, which is what the Goal Achievement Roadmap is, along with the playbook and the game plan that come along with that. I'm telling you, if I had it my way, from what I know now, I would have in every high school curriculum and every university and college, actually class 0 would be the Goal Achievement Roadmap, because most people don't know how to achieve goals. And just because we have the facts that are necessary, if we can't assemble those facts into actionable steps that are complete and we can finish the job, and if we don't finish, we don't win. And so to me, this idea of goal achievement as a singular most important skill is absolutely pivotal. And that's why I would teach this first and foremost in any formal institutional learning, for sure. Because I know that what gives children and students at any age confidence is their ability to know that they can actually do it and execute what has to go right to be able to achieve the goals. I certainly understand that. And I think about, for myself, and maybe you can consider this for yourself as a parent, is that what our lives would have been like had we been able to have a model that we could have followed, that we were taught in our kind of early teens, 14 and 15. To me personally, it would have been an entirely different game in terms of how I got to here, but maybe it would have been a bigger. Maybe it would have been a more significant number of significant contributions to create a better quality of life for myself and contribute to others. I think we all get the impact of that, and now we're here looking at an opportunity to actually make that real for our children, sons and our daughters. And I think sometimes the best thing that we could do for our graduates. I know we think about transportation and getting in the cars and things like that, which is great. It's a great acknowledgement, but maybe it's better to give them a lifetime skill that will be foundational to them. And if they learn it early and they own it early, it becomes part of the fabric of how they do life. And if that becomes their metronome and they're guaranteed, because it's part of how they do life, is to manifest these big aspirations, then they're going to get 10 or 20 or 30 cars of higher significance more frequently, along with all the other stuff that comes along with that, because they've learned the most important skill ever, which is goal achievement. And so when I look at this idea of the goal achievement roadmap experience, this isn't really like an expense. I mean, in a certain sense, this is really an investment in our children's bigger future, but it's also an investment in our future as a parent, knowing that we stepped into what had to go right for them to have what was necessary to be a self-manifester and be a full potential player. And that's part of something that we are accountable for and that we have to answer for as well. And so to remove some of the ambiguity of that, that's why I created the goal achievement roadmap experience. If for nothing more than just the intangibles that the student gets or we get from doing this are, number one, we have goal clarity and we have focus. We have the ability to get things done quickly, to move things along, to create the experience and the goal as quickly as possible with least time and least effort and least expense. It also allows us to be able to see things happening in the periphery. Maybe there are storm clouds gathering. That could be a preventable problem that if we see it early, we can walk around it rather than have to deal with it because we're either too hyper-focused or we're oblivious to it. I think about, my daughter and her ability now to create the motives that are necessary to produce the drive that's going to be imperative for her to be able to achieve her ambition of getting an MBA from USC, and to be mindful that no one in her family history since its inception has ever graduated from high school, let alone college or university. I mean, this is an amazing story, but this isn't by accident. Anything great is the purposeful outcome of very deliberate actions consistently applied, and that's what the goal achievement roadmap is all about. And in doing that, we're able to create goals that impact others, ourselves, and also the world around us. And when we see that and we know that, then we have a different purpose in life. Rather than just a singular outcome, it's multiple in its impact on everyone and everything. And that level of purpose is almost like an extra engine within us to get up and deliver on the promise of goal achieved. And also, when we have the champion's mindset, we're able to overcome our fear-based survival instincts that are always inherent in significant goals of aspiration, to override that and apply the things that have to go right to be able to achieve the goal. And when that happens and we know it, then we've got courage, the rarest of all human attributes. And then when we amass the resources necessary to be able to have in sufficient quantities to start our goal, time, effort, team, skills, knowledge, financing, materials, etc. When it's there and we know it, it's like looking at a bank account where we feel confident and certain because there's a resource pool there to support us in moving forward into our bigger future. And it